Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ramadan Kareem, and it depends from where you are joining the program. Welcome to InnovatiCS Data Science for Good 2024. We've been doing this since 2018, and alhamdulillah, we have raised so far over $180,000 all went to donations. So this is a custom culture that we'll be doing every year. This year is special because we are combining four programs together. In this year, we will be learning cybersecurity, foundation of cybersecurity, foundation of data science AI, foundation of Python for data science, and also foundation of the cloud computing. I don't have the curriculum yet designed, but this is some of the things that will be covering. We'll be covering cloud computing, we'll be covering data science and AI, and we'll be covering, of course, machine learning, and we'll be covering cybersecurity and AI and security in general. So it's a lot of information to digest, and this program runs 4 times a week, every Monday through Thursday from 5 p.m. Eastern Time to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. There is no assignment, there is no quizzes, but if you need a certificate, then you will have to go through the exam. You have to pay for the certificate, and you have to pay for the exam as well. For those who registered, if you have already registered, you should receive an invite through the email you're registered with to access the Canvas. And this is the Canvas. This is the platform that we will be using to host the program. So you will be able to access the recording, you will be able to access the training materials as well. So once you log in, please click on the modules, then you should see the program orientation in the simply welcoming you. The first tab is welcoming the participant, and if you click next, you will be able to know the instructor. This is myself, Mohamed Wani, Professor Mohammed Mujib, Professor Id Boujak, and Professor Azhar Osmani. And the next step is you should introduce yourself. You will not be able to pass this section unless you introduce yourself as well. So we need to get to know you. So if you have not registered yet, please register and donate generously towards families in need, masajid, mosques, churches. We don't have any problem with any problem with the party that you intend to donate to, but at least at the end of the day, we need some participation from your end. And inshallah, we will train you for 30 days, 4 weeks in 5 disciplines: cybersecurity, cloud computing, data science, and AI. I'll start with introducing myself. I'll start to introducing myself. This is my credentials, and of course I'm going to pass the floor to my team. They are online. So my name is Mohammed Midwani. I have a PhD in artificial intelligence. I'm a professor at 2 universities. I work for New Jersey Transit as a senior data scientist. I have 4 masters. I've been in the training business since 2016, and so far we have trained over 21,000 students from all over the world. Public speaker. We won some awards due to what we've been doing for the communities. So before I proceed, I would love to open the floor to my team, Professor Mohammed Mujib or Azhar or Edward. If you are online, please take the mic and introduce yourself.
Hello, Professor Mo. Hello, everybody. My name is Mohammed Mujib. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. So I've been working with Professor Mohammed for a long time. My name is Mohammed Mujib, and I have an MBA and I have a bachelor's with computer science. I have worked in many areas, basically in application software development, database administration, and also in cybersecurity for many years. So currently, I work as a director of fundamentals of cybersecurity program at Emory University, and I also work at a company called LexisNexis. There I am a senior manager of security and business intelligence. So I teach various programs. I've been teaching for a long time. I teach at my work as well, and a few other places. I specialize in cybersecurity and business intelligence tools such as SQL, data warehousing, all those kind of good stuff. So it'll be fun. This is my first time teaching here in this summer Ramadan program with Brother Mo. I'm very excited to teach here, and I hope you will all learn a lot, and it will be an exciting class. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Mohammed. Bujak, Professor Bujak. Sorry.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I'm Ed. Yeah, I have a few degrees. My background is actually electrical engineering, so I got the bachelor's and master's, and I was doing software development for about 25 plus years, all low level, all the way up to high level, all the way into consulting. So I saw a lot, and that was fun. And then I decided to career shift to become a teacher. So I did a lot more schooling, and I got certifications, masters, and eventually ED for education. But I've been teaching, fortunately, math, computer science, and engineering. So I've been in touch with software development and technology every minute while I was still teaching. Had the fortune to teach the kids a lot of it also, meaning high school kids. I met a long time ago. We happened to stumble across each other someplace, and I teach a lot in like the programming languages. So if you're having a session, just for example, Python, for data science machine learning courses, or explicit Python courses, which will delve heavily into Python. But we've also started a coding for kids class, and that'll be a few languages, but to get little guys involved and gals into an exciting field of software development. So that's me.
Thank you, Ed. Back to my screen. So yes, I don't think Azhar is available, but we will introduce him once he is joining live. So this is our company, InnovatiCS, which stands for innovation through analytics. We are specialized in training in data science, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and programming. We do, of course, innovation, development. We do job placement, and we do consulting, contracting in data science and artificial intelligence. We got some of our programs that are running now. We got data science and AI. It's a 4-week program. Cloud computing is 30-week program. Cybersecurity is 15-week program. We got SQL for data science is a 15-week program, and we got data science for C-level is 3 months program. So we got a lot of programs that we offer to the community. These are some of the best programs you could get in the market. So straight to the point, we are accredited. We are accredited company, so we are accredited through CPD. Some of our programs are accredited. Some of them they are in the process of being accredited. We have offices in USA, Morocco, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and in Senegal. And this is our team and clients, and of course this is some of the work that we have done at some of the Moroccan universities. So I'm going to start with a quote by Mark Cuban. He said, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, whatever you are doing, if you don't understand them, learn them. Otherwise, you are going to be a dinosaur within 3 years. And he means what I mean. He means what he said. And as a matter of fact, I was a victim of analytics back in 2014. I lost my job because of analytics, and this is how I got into data science and artificial intelligence. In this week, we are going to learn a specialty within this artificial intelligence, and that is called NLP, natural language processing. That is my thought. I thought of doing basic data science like discriminative artificial intelligence, supervised and supervised, but probably doing NLP would be best for you all, since most of you they are already familiar with supervised learning, with basic machine learning algorithms. So we are going to do NLP for this week. It's just basic. Get into the field of NLP, which is the foundation of the generative artificial intelligence, especially large language models like ChatGPT, like Bard, etc. So yes, if you don't know data science, if you don't know artificial intelligence, if you don't know it, you better start learning it, because otherwise I promise you are going to be a dinosaur within 3 years. And Mark Cuban means what he said, because now data science, artificial intelligence is the future, is everywhere. You will not be able to secure a spot in the job market unless you have the analytical mindset. I know that for sure. I'm a living witness of this dinosaur thing. If I didn't lose my job back in 2014, I wouldn't learn data science, and probably I wouldn't be here at this point of time. So yeah, before I dive deep, here is a list of some of the jobs that has been forecasted to disappear, or these are some numbers, some facts. Like McKinsey, they forecasted, or they suggest, or they estimate that the number of jobs that will be lost in 2023 is around between 400 and 800 million jobs will be lost because of automation, because of the artificial intelligence. So 38% of jobs in the US market could be automated. Means you are going to lose your job. Once your job is automated, we don't need you anymore. And that is the risk. If you don't upgrade, you don't learn data science and artificial intelligence, as Mark Cuban said, you would be a victim of automation. You would be a victim of artificial intelligence and data science. Probably artificial intelligence, data science will not steal your job, but someone with the artificial intelligence and data science skill set could steal your job, if assuming that wouldn't be the case. So the point I'm trying to make is you really need to get to start your journey in learning data science and artificial intelligence before it's too late. And here is a list of some jobs that will be lost, that already been diving or investing heavily in artificial intelligence, or implementing heavily artificial intelligence, like manufacturing, warehousing. It's all AI powered robots now doing things for us. Logistics, self-driving car is taking over. Financial services, we got a lot of algorithms or systems that can investigate, analyze, of course, forecast the risk and around the business. Content creation, if it's going to take you maybe 5 hours to design a video, to record a video about something, artificial intelligence can do it in just a blink of an eye, just a matter of a second. Customer service, now they have They have chatbots that can serve 24/7 with the highest accuracy, with the highest performance, better than individuals who can serve one person at a time. Chatbots can serve many people at the same time, 24/7, no tiredness compared to the humans. So why do I need to hire you doing communicating with my clients if a chatbot can do that? And that is the risk. If you don't put yourself into learning data science and artificial intelligence starting from the day, I promise you, you will be struggling with securing a spot in the future, in the nearest future. Number one. Number two, you will be a victim of automation. You most likely are going to be a victim of data science and artificial intelligence. Of course, healthcare now has been investing heavily, embedding heavily, deploying heavily, using heavily artificial intelligence, which with this artificial intelligence comes automation, and with automation comes laying off people who can do the same job. So a few things that I want you to remember very quick. So where is this is coming from? It comes from this artificial intelligence and data science has been shed light in the last 10 to 15 years because of the data explosion. It has been forecasted that by the year 2025 we are going to be generating 175 zettabyte of data. That is a huge amount of data, and it's simply to visualize, to create a mental picture of how big this 175 zettabyte of data. Probably you might not be able to do so, but as per expert, they said that if you were to save and store this data in CDs, we could make a straight line from Earth to the moon. That is how big is 175 zettabyte of data that expected to be created or to be generated next year. It's just a couple of 6 or 7 months. And this is simply an estimated number, but the reality is maybe over 175 zettabyte of data. So it's a huge amount of data that we generate. The problem that we have is we don't have enough skilled people who can dive this data and extract information, extract insights, extract knowledge that we can share with the business to make an informed decision. A few years ago, companies, they are making decisions based on experience. So based on intuition-driven decision management, we make decisions based on your experience, based on what you think is right or wrong, based on some facts that we already have in hand, or based on what we believe should be the case. That is, if I'm the owner of a company, for example, and they want to make a decision, strategic decision about the company, of course I'm gonna invite to the meeting all the directors and the expert and the departments to discuss what we can do. So we make a decisions based on what our skill set, our mindset, our people, our expertise. But nowadays this is not gonna work. Don't work anymore. We still need your experience to make a decisions, but nowadays they are making informed decision or decisions based on the data. So we no longer making decisions because of your experience, but we make decisions based on what is in the data. And unfortunately, this data, to be able to use it to make a decision, it has to go through a life cycle of pre-processing, preparing, making it ready, and of course applying some scientific methods, some algorithms, statistical analysis to extract information out of it. So we need you to dive deep into this data, to zoom into this data, to analyze this data, to torture this data until this data confesses to something that we can use at the highest, at the decision level, to make an informed decision. And this data-driven decision making is not a substitute of intuition-driven decision making. It's a supplement. It's an add-on, but we rely heavily on the data to make better decisions for our company. That is the way it works, and I know it's the same. It's the case everywhere. If you don't have an analytical team already established, you will be losing. It's just a matter of time before you're falling behind. It's just a matter of time. So data science, according to excuse me, I'm looking for the slide. So data science, according to Roland Coase, is the act of torturing the data until it confesses to something. This data that we generate has a different age. Some data lives forever, but some data lives within a minute, like medical data. Some of the medical instrument or medical monitors generated data, this data live for a very short period of time. And if you don't act upon it, that data will die, and once the data dies, it's useless. You cannot use it anymore. So in terms of what I am doing and my day-to-day activities as a data scientist, this is a flow. I have a data, and this data comes in different shape, different format, different structure, and different resources. I apply analytics. It could be simple analytics like data visualization using Tableau, Power BI. It could be simple analytics using the statistical analysis, statistics, trying to find the mean, the median, trying to extract some values out of statistics. And it could be an advanced analytics like predictive analytics, where it doesn't require machine learning, with all flavor of machine learning, supervised, unsupervised, generative, and versus discriminative. So at the end of the day, we will get some insight in terms of signals, in terms of mathematical relationships, in terms of pattern, and share them with the business to make the decision, the informed decision I talked about. So this is what I've been doing on every project that I worked on since 2014. Get the data. Of course, the data comes somewhere in the middle. There are some other steps that we'll talk about that comes before the data. But once we get into data phase, so we analyze this data, we prepare to make it ready, either for machine learning, for dashboarding, whatever. Then we look for information, we look for insight, and share this insight with the management for a better decision making. Everybody, please mute yourself. Muhammad Alal, please mute yourself, otherwise I'm gonna dismiss you. Everybody, please mute yourself, otherwise we are gonna dismiss you, unfortunately. Thank you. So what is data science? You might ask, what is data science? No, data science in general is the act of analyzing the ability to take any data, regardless of the shape, regardless of the structure, regardless of the type, regardless of the source, be able to understand it first. You need to understand this data, you need to date this data, you need to audit the quality of the data, then be able to process it. Process it means transform it into a data that can be understood by a machine learning, then be able to extract values, extract information, extract insight, and visualize it, and communicate the finding with the business. That is data science in nutshell. Of course, there are many other definitions, many other terminologies, but in nutshell, data science is the ability to take any data, process this data, visualize this data, extract information, communicate the finding with the business. So I'm going to skip a lot of these slides because we have only 1 hour, unfortunately. So there are 4 types of analytics. Now, you might already know them. There are descriptive analytics, which is an analytics where you try to answer the question in the format of where, when, how many, how much, and the value. The effort is a little bit, is a little effort. With little effort, we could do descriptive analytics, but the value is not that strong to make a better decision. If you were to go up, to raise the bar a little bit into this analytics, we could do the diagnostic analytics, which answers the questions why it happened. The first one, what happened, then what has happened, and the diagnostic analytics address the question of why it happened. Then a third type is what could happen. This is descriptive and predictive analytics. And this is where the machine learning, artificial intelligence comes into the picture. This is where machine learning, artificial intelligence comes into the picture. Machine learning is all algorithms, all math, trying to deal with, trying to find the, find the mathematical behavior or mathematical relationship between the elements of your data. And finally, the fourth is prescriptive analytics, is recommending what should happen, controlling what would happen in the future. So yes, data science is a neutral discipline. So once you understand the data science, the process for end to end, you could work for any industry, for any company, regardless of the industry. If of course there is data, you could work for media, entertainment, utilities, telecommunication, transportation. You could work for healthcare projects, finance, retail, and security. I've been working on transportation for the last 3 years now. So, but I could work anywhere. I could work in a healthcare project. I could work in utilities because the process is the same. But even though the industry is different and the data is different, but the process of conducting an analytical project or data science project from the concept, from the ideation to completion, is almost the same. And here is the process. Sorry guys. Here is the process. So the process starts with understanding the problem. You got to spend time understanding the problem you are working on, because if you don't understand the problem, of course you cannot fix it. Then once you understand the problem, then you will need to acquire the data, and this is the best practice of data science lifecycle. So you acquire the data, and the data could be anywhere, and it could be different. It could be an audio data, it could be video data, it could be spreadsheets, it could be HTML data, it could be Excel data, it could be text data, it could be anything. It could be anything. So this data is not good enough yet. Regardless of how good it is, it might not be ready for analytics. So we have to spend time exploring the quality of that data, exploring the content, exploring the variables and the elements of this data, one element at a time. So we need to spend time understanding what we have and how good or how big or how much or how little that we have to, of course, to proceed with analytics. And based on what you learned, what you discovered on the data, then now it's time to fix it. You could find a lot of duplication, a lot of duplicates records, a lot of miscellaneous or errors, a lot of inconsistent data. You could find a lot of missing values, outliers, or even categorical data. Then you need to spend time transforming the data that you have into a data that can be understood, that can be used and understood by a machine learning. So 80% of your time, I promise, would be spent in problem understanding, acquiring the data, exploring the data, and preparing the data. 80% of your time. Then once we have the data ready, then now we are going to apply AI. We are going to apply artificial intelligence in terms of algorithms. So in here we will apply some algorithms, depends on the type of the problem that we have and depends on the type of the data that we have. We need to apply an algorithm to learn a pattern, and pattern is nothing but some hidden mathematical relationships or mathematical patterns that governs the elements of your data. So once, and we are at this point of time, we can build as many models as possible, and at the end of the day we are going to pick only one model that best fit our needs. And if everything goes green, we are going to communicate with the business and the finding, and if everything goes green, we deploy the solution into production and we start another project. And this is the life cycle. So the life cycle, it starts with understanding the problem, acquiring the data, understanding the data, and making the data ready, preparing, pre-processing the data. That is the phase one. Phase two is applying artificial intelligence on the data that you already prepared, learning a pattern, communicating the pattern with the business, and if the business is happy with it, then you deploy it into production, assuming that the solution requires implementation into production. But to complete this life cycle, it would be totally impossible unless you have a team. Unless you have a team. If you don't have a team, unfortunately, it is going to be so hard to complete the project within maybe time frame and within the budget. I lost one of my projects back in 2017, where I worked for a project by myself, and it took me. I thought I could provide the business something within by the end of the day, but it took me almost 3 weeks trying to understand the data and the source of the data. Then I lost it. So data science project and data science artificial intelligence project is a team sport. We are going to need 3 type of people. We are going to need you. We are going to need you as data scientists, and you could be either technical data scientist or citizen data scientist, either one. Technical data scientist is someone who designs the solutions from nowhere, from scratch. You design a solution, of course, using scientific methods, using some of the common methodologies like CRISP-DM, etc. So to be a technical data scientist, you know algorithms, you know the pros and cons, you know where to use them, how to use them, you know the math behind these algorithms, you know what they are used for, you know the type of machine learning, artificial intelligence, you know artificial machine learning and deep learning, you know the flavors of machine learning, flavors of deep learning, you know NLP, you know how almost anything, everything, you know statistics, you know data visualization, you know programming, and you know decision management using the data, and you know how to communicate. So this what makes you a superhero technical data scientist. But when you design a solution and the solution is already implemented, I don't need you to monitor the progress of this solution. We are gonna delegate or get some citizen data scientist, someone who knows data science from a helicopter view. Probably he knows artificial intelligence, he knows algorithms, and he knows how to fix an algorithm and a model when it breaks. It knows how the data processing. So it knows almost anything, but not at the same level of a technical data scientist. So when you invest in learning data science, if you aren't able to become a super technical data scientist, there is always a chance to be a citizen data scientist. Money-wise, of course, they are different. You know, technical data scientists could be making up to 300,000 maybe, but for business citizen data scientist is around 160, maybe 200,000, up to 200,000 in terms of the salary. So that is number one. We are going to need you as our technical or citizen data scientist, and within your team you are going to need someone who knows the business. Someone who knows the business. It could be knows the legal behind the business, knows the problem better than you. It could be your direct manager, it could be your business user, it could be a business analyst, it could be anyone from the company, but they have to know the business. They have any answers to any question that you might have. And that is number two. Number three, we need to have in our team data engineers, someone who knows the data better, or data expert. They know where these experts, they know where the data has been located, how the data has been stored, how the data has been gathered, who is using the data, where the data has been is been allocated. They can allocate your data. They can explain the features or the elements of your data. They have they have all documents they need. They have answers to any question you have about the data. And these data engineers will help you understand the data better. The business analyst or business expert will help you to understand the business better. And of course, number four, and this is an optional, if you are working on a project that requires deployment into the production, you better ask the business to provide you with a developer who can take the task from you once you are done with the project. But you don't wait until you complete the program, until you complete the project, and ask someone, maybe ask the business to provide you someone to help you with the deployment, and you are expecting that someone to understand what you have done in the last 6 months. You are expecting him or her to understand it in five minutes. So it's going to be very hard to translate what you have done in the last 5 months to someone within a day or two, and expecting him or her to deploy it correctly. So instead, we are going to ask the business to give us a developer who can stay with us. He's not going to do anything. They are not going to do anything, but at least present, understand what we are doing, so to make their life much easier once we need them to deploy the solution into production. So you need to have a team, and this is one very first thing that you need to acquire, or you need to ask the business about if you were to be successful as data scientist. Okay. Then, yes, you got a team, and we got the process. And to be a data scientist, this is what you are going to need, and you are not going to find this anywhere. To be a superhero data scientist, number one, I recommend that you have a domain of expertise. If you are working in healthcare, please stay there. Don't switch the gear completely to data science. If you are working in sales and finance, IT, whatever the discipline you are working on, keep it, and all what you need to do is improve it with analytics, improve it with data science, add data science to it. Don't leave what you've been doing for the last 10 years behind and simply switch to data science. You could do better by improving what you are doing with data science rather than learning data science from scratch, switching the career to data science. So you need a domain expertise in any field. Number two, you will, it depends on your status within the organization. If you are in C-level, then of course you don't need any programming language, of course, but if you are a developer and a data scientist, you will need to learn at least Python and SQL. Python to help you apply your data science algorithms, etc., and SQL to be able to help you pull the data in case there is no one out there to help you with data acquisition. So that is requirement number 2. Number 3, you need to learn some probability and statistics, not to be a statistician or to be a statistician or mathematician, but at least to help you view, look into your data from different corners, to help you make sense of your data, to help you understand your data from different perspectives, to help you measure your data using different type of measurement, and also to help you understand the statistics of your data. This is very important. You don't have to be a mathematician or a statistician to be a data scientist, but you need to know you need to know statistics to be able to make sense of your data. Number 4, then you need to start speaking the terminologies around data science and artificial intelligence. So if I were to interview you today for any position, and if I ask you, for example, what is the difference between decision tree and random forest, which are 2 algorithms, supervised and algorithms, I have to have an answer, a quick answer. Otherwise, you would give me an impression that you are a fake data scientist. So you need to learn these terminologies, be able to speak them loud, be able to explain them to a layman. Now, what would make you a superhero data scientist? And finally, if I were to hire you for any position I have within my company, I wouldn't really care that much about any degree that you have. I wouldn't care from where you got your training. I wouldn't care if you have a PhD or 3,000 PhDs. All what I care about is how good you are in fixing and solving my problems. If I were to invest in you, I have to have some return of investment. So how do you demonstrate to the hiring manager that you are a person who can fix a problem is through projects. So you have to list some project in your resume. And of course, if you don't have a project, maybe you need to go to kaggle.com. They have a lot of projects. Train yourself on them. Be able at least to master 2 or 3 projects, because one of the questions that you will be asked at the interview is, tell me about the last project you completed. What is the last project you completed? And of course, the management, the hiring managers and the team would ask you questions around that project. Okay, here is an introduction. This is an introduction to machine learning, which is a type of artificial intelligence. So machine learning or artificial intelligence is an umbrella. The definition of artificial intelligence is any system that uses intelligence that fixes or that deals with a behavior or phenomena that could be dealt as a human with intelligence, that requires a human to use intelligence to fix it. So artificial intelligence is any system that fixes problems, designs solutions that requires intelligence from humans. That is definition of artificial intelligence in general. And this artificial intelligence comes in flavors. There are discriminative artificial intelligence, where we have data and we're trying to extract information from this data, and we have generative artificial intelligence, where we have a data, we have some commands, and we want to create something new. We generate something new, versus we simply discriminate or learn from what we have. So within this artificial intelligence comes machine learning, which systems using algorithms and statistics to learn pattern out of the existing data. And within artificial intelligence comes supervised learning, where we have a target variable, we know what we are trying to target, while trying to analyze, what we are trying to predict, or what we are trying to explore and study. Supervised learning comes into two flavors: classification and regression. And unsupervised learning, we don't know what to predict. We have no information whatsoever about the data that we have, but we will make an attempt to learn the underlying structure. And reinforcement is we don't have a data, we simulate what we fake the data to design a solution of what needs to be done next. Take a step, what needs to be done next. Reinforcement is used in gaming, gaming is used in the GPS. So, and within this artificial intelligence comes deep learning, which is a subset of machine learning. So machine learning is a method of mimicking how human beings are making decisions using algorithms and statistics, and deep learning is method of mimicking how the biological neuron of humans work. So you got the data, and as I mentioned earlier, the data can be anything. You transform this data into a readable data, a data that can be used by machine learning. We apply machine learning, we learn a pattern, then we use the pattern to predict for the new data set or future data set to predict the output. And this data could be graphs, could be text, it could be an audio, it could be videos or images. It could be videos, etc. So you got a data, you convert it into data that can be understood by a machine, and of course we extract a pattern. We apply the pattern to a new data set, a future data set. Then we expect or we look for the output, and that is exactly what we'll be doing in this program. We are gonna learn NLP, natural language processing, and starting from tomorrow we are gonna have an introduction to NLP. So, and we take it from there. So I'm gonna stop here and I'm gonna open the floor for all you guys. So if you have a question, concern, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand, and we will be more than happy to give you the mic. Okay, questions, concerns, please. Please raise your hand if you have any question, any doubt, any concern. Please raise your hand. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Yes, I have.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me okay?
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Yes, brother.
So I just joined. I came to know about the boot camp only like an hour ago. So I just finished the registration and did all that process quickly. What resources do I need for this course? Like, can we get a copy of this PowerPoint? Is it a Canvas shell that has all the material for this course?
Yeah, sure. So once you register, of course we are going to send you an invite to join the program. And you are going to have access to, number one, to the recording, training materials, and the recording.
Excellent. And so, how are you gonna once you receive the registration, then you will get the access? Is this how it works?
Yeah, you will get an invite. You will get an invite through the email that you're registered with. So please check all your emails, your boxes. Check your inbox, check your junk mail. Sometimes it goes to junk mail, and look for an invite from Canvas. It's
Thank
called
you.
Canvas for Teacher, something like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, AJ Mahmoud.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. So I did receive the CAMIS email, and I was able to log into the platform, but I only see RAM24, what I see on your screen, but I only see home, modules, and discussions, and when I go to modules, I only see course orientation. I don't see anything from like week one or anything that's related to people, syllabus, assignments. I don't see any of that. So I don't know if an entitlement issue or...
No, you don't have an issue. So today you are going to have access to orientation, introduce yourself, then you should be able to access week one once we have it published. It's not published yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now going to like, please introduce yourself, right? If you click that, there is not even an opportunity for me to respond. See how you have a reply box? I don't see that on my side.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, other questions, please? Yes, Shilpa, sorry, Shilpa.
Hello, thank you so much for this very generous meeting. So I'm very comfortable and I've been working with the SQL and Java and C++ has been like really decades back that I worked on. So this will be the first introduction to the Python and the machine learning. So how much deep math should I like from A to S start, or should I just wait until this the whole course is completed and to start with Python, which is like gentle and which covers overall would be just looking for your suggestion.
Sure, yeah. With your background, if what you said about your background is correct, you are between 45% and 50% data scientist. Okay, you're already halfway data scientist. All I need to know, one need to learn Python or R and learn algorithms and some statistics. You need math. You need math if you want to become the machine learning engineer. If you want to build algorithms from scratch, then you need the math. Otherwise, you don't need math. Okay,
thank you so much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Khizar?
Yeah, hi, this is Fadil.
Yes. Khizar, go ahead.
Brother. Thank you for giving me a chance. So I have the same question. First of all, like Shilpa, I don't have any language or programming background. So should I just learn Python first, or I just keep learning both together, like data science, which was your course, and the second thing I also parallel learning in Python.
My recommendation is to start learning Python because it's a dominant programming language. But honestly, if you don't have a background and if you think you are too old, there is no excuse whatsoever that would stop you from learning data science and artificial intelligence. The problem is how. That is what I recommended. My recommendation is to start learning programming languages. Learning programming languages, especially Python, SQL, learn some statistics, learn the foundation or the terminologies, and of course work on some projects. Then I'm going to hire you.
Okay. And second question that once you start, you have categorized things like AI and data science and AWS and other stuff. So this 4 are all together is one area, or they all are separate areas?
They are separate areas, separate disciplines, but if you know them all, you are better than me.
Okay. So look like the community understand like.
Yes, I'm only data scientist. If you know cybersecurity, if you know cloud computing, you are better than me, a data scientist only.
Okay. So we have to choose anyone, and we have to move on that path, right?
Choose choose data science, but you need to. It's always good to learn to add just knowledge about cybersecurity and cloud computing. If you were to concentrate on learn cloud computing, it's always good to know cybersecurity and data science and artificial intelligence. They are correlated. They need one another, but you can concentrate. But if you can master them all, you are the best.
Okay, got it. Second question, I didn't receive any registration link in Canvas, so I don't know how I can get it.
So 3 things to bear in mind. Number 1, you need to register, and if you have already registered, we are going to send you an invite. If you don't get an invite, number 2, most likely you have registered with the wrong email address. If you registered with a good email address, most likely the invite went to your junk mail. If you have just registered, we haven't sent you an invite yet, so we will send you an invite after the clock.
Okay, so the previous link which when I registered was like with Cybersecurity V2. I clicked that link and registered, and then the one from
that is a
George.
That is a different program. That is a cybersecurity program, batch number 2.
Okay. So in this program, data science, where I have to register. Can someone share the link?
Yeah, ping me on WhatsApp. I'll give you the link.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Khalid, Shahzad.
Yes, so I want to know that before each day, are you going to provide some kind of agenda that what we are going to cover so that in advance so we can be mentally prepared?
Yes, definitely. I will work on that. You will get the agenda tomorrow.
Okay, and my second question is that you were just mentioning about the 4 different categories. So are you saying that we need to learn all these 4 different categories in parallel, like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and data science? Everything we need to learn in parallel now?
No, it's totally, if you are a fast learner, you have time, you have budget, you have energy, you do it. Otherwise, it depends. If you want to be a data scientist, just concentrate on data science now.
Okay.
2 years from now, then you learn. On your journey learning data science, always good to know cybersecurity, which is going to help you to secure your data. Good to know cloud computing, because most of this data science would be implemented in cloud. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
But concentrate. Start your journey, concentrate, and deviate later. Okay, Muhammad Ahlal. We are going to take 2 more questions and we'll stop here. Muhammad Ahlal. Okay, Javira.
Thank you for this training and offering it to us. I have zero background in all of this. So would this training be helpful for me to start a new career path? That's what I'm looking for, to start something new and have more financial stability.
So if you don't start your journey as a Javira, you're always going to be the same person. Always you are going to have a zero background. This year, next year, 10 years from now, you are going to have a zero background. So this is your chance to start. This is your chance to start your journey as data science.
Okay, so this training doesn't require any background.
No,
It's fine.
It does not require. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, if you are asking me about the data science program that I teach, it does not require any background, but it requires commitment, patience, passions, and dedication.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Other questions, please? Okay, folks, that's it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, you guys have a great evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I have just one. Hello?